How to do a pedicure at home. If your toes have seen better days, but you won't be able to get to the manicure salon shortly, you don't have to keep socks on your feet at all times or forego wearing fashionable sandals when the weather starts to warm up. It is not too difficult to perform a pedicure on your own at home so long as you have the necessary equipment. You should at the very least have some pretty bouncy polish, nail clippers, a file, a base coat, and a top coat on hand. In addition, you should have nail cutters. Other products, such as a foot bath, cuticle oil, and a foot file for eliminating calluses are not required, but they are pleasant to have in case you need them. If you don't have these additional items, you can still have a professional pedicure that lasts for a long time, but having them will make the experience more relaxing and will improve the quality of the results overall. Number 8. Trim and file your fingernails. Lisa instructs us to trim and file the toenails as the first step in the process. When you are cutting your hair, keep in mind the length that you want, as opposed to the healthy length. Keep your toenails at a length that makes you happy, Lisa advises the readers of Teen Vogue. But, beware! One of the most common errors that people make, according to Dr. Jacqueline Sutera, is cutting their toenails too short. She continues by saying, nails should be cut bi-weekly, and you should leave just a little bit of white at the tip and cut them straight across, filling the contour of the nails. There are, however, guidelines to follow when cutting and sculpting. When you are shaping your nails, Ryan recommends that you file in only one direction. Seesawing back and forth can cause cracks in the natural nail, so it is best to file in only one direction. Number 7. Soak your feet in a foot basin that is comfortable and warm. It doesn't matter if you have a foot basin or a deep plastic wash bin lying around the house. What matters is that the container is deep enough to hold water while you have your feet inside of it. You can soak your feet in the water, or you can add whatever you want to the water. To relax the muscles in your feet and ankles, Ryan suggests soaking in Epsom salt, which is both an easy and inexpensive approach to accomplish this. The next part of the process is the most soothing one, so you should permit yourself to just chill out while your feet soak, which will allow them to become more relaxed and pliable. Number 6. Pull cuticles back and clean them thoroughly. It is important to give equal attention to the cuticles of both your fingernails and toenails. Lisa advises us that the cuticles on our toes require extra attention, therefore we shouldn't ignore her advice and ignore that part of our feet. You should always maintain the cuticles on your fingers and toes by pushing them back and using oils to keep them hydrated, Lisa tells Teen Vogue. You should always maintain the cuticles on your fingernails and toenails. Because our cuticles are so fragile and might become infected if they are not properly cleaned, doing this step is incredibly important. Number 5. Make the nail as smooth as possible. To give your toenails a fresh sheen and luster, as well as to make the nails more uniform in length and width, you should buff them in a smooth motion, just as you would if you were getting a manicure. However, take care not to buff them to the point where you end up with a thinner nail. It is sufficient to have just enough to achieve uniformity and brilliance. Number 4. To remove dry and dead skin from the bottoms of your feet, use a pumice stone to smooth and buff the area. The most damaging thing for your feet is dry, dead skin. Because the buildup can be extensive, and because it alters the way your feet look and feel, pumice stones and scrubs are extremely important components of not only do-it-yourself pedicures but also daily foot care routines. This stone will remove dry and dead skin, as well as calluses and corns, which may be present on your feet. As a result, the pain that you are experiencing will be alleviated. Number 3. Ensure that your feet are completely dry before applying lotion. What it comes down to, much as with our hands, is ensuring that our feet are properly moisturized and hydrated. I am a huge fan of creams that can be absorbed quickly into the skin. They are the kinds of creams that will make your skin seem radiant. Lisa advises that if you want to stay hydrated, it's best to stick with products from companies like Shea Moisture. When your feet are moisturized, not only do they appear better, but it also prevents the skin on your feet from becoming dry, which may be painful and make even everyday activities difficult to perform. The use of a moisturizer that can exfoliate and soften calloused skin at the same time is something that dermatologist Dr. Jacqueline Sutera suggests. Number 2. At that point, you will at long last be able to polish your toes. Put on your preferred coat of polish and start to work painting. Because your toenails grow at a much slower rate than your fingernails, it shouldn't be too difficult for you to find a polish that will last for a long time. You just want to make sure that before you apply a base coat and wipe over your toenail with alcohol to remove any excess oils. To help with longevity, Ryan tells Teen Vogue. You just want to make sure that before you apply a base coat and wipe over your toenail with alcohol. Your toes will be grateful for the socks you wear, regardless of whether you go for a classic white pair or experiment with a lively bright color. This action is more about what you want to see on your toes as opposed to the healthy. And now that you've taken care of all of the health care of your toenails and feet, you can paint however you'd like to see on your toes. Number 1. When performing the DIY pedicure, be sure to choose comfy shoes. This is less of a stage in the procedure and more of a post-care suggestion for your feet in general, as well as after you have completed a DIY pedicure. It won't take long for your feet to become rough and dry if you go around the home barefoot, so I wouldn't recommend doing that. Always have a cozy pair of slippers or fuzzy socks on hand, Ryan advises Teen Vogue readers. Going barefoot can result in a wide variety of problems for our feet, many of which are permanent. This behavior could encourage the thinning of the fat pad, which serves as the foot's natural cushion, according to Dr. Jacqueline Sutera, who adds that since there is nothing to absorb the shock between the ground and your feet, this behavior could encourage the thinning of the fat pad. Without this fat, you are essentially moving around on your skeleton while walking or running. It is crucial to have comfortable slippers and socks around the house for the sake of your feet's health and safety, because the fat pad under your foot disappears permanently after it is removed. So this end of this video, do you like it? Give your valuable response in our comment section below, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more exciting videos.